All my anger, my confusion, had me feeling like a child. My mind in a state of delusion. Oh, don't leave me out here to die. Give me faith, give me space, give me time. I'm okay, it's that way. I'll be just fine, fine, fine. I'll be We just need a little more space and time. Healing ain't overnight. Healing ain't overnight. We just need a little more space and time. Healing ain't overnight. Healing ain't overnight. All my anger, my confusion had me in a state of illusion. Feeling like a lost child, running out, being wild. Don't you hurt me again, not this time. Don't you hurt me again. Give me faith, give me space, give me time. Give me faith, give me space, give me time.
How did that song come about?
Like normal producers would have an idea, and then you write down the idea, and then you print some kind of string lines, etc. And then I kind of knew that I needed a really strong vocalist to just to take it to the next level. And
What do you
Julie,
mean
we
by
spoke
strong?
about. What I mean by strong is someone that's really honest in their music, someone that really has learned the fine details of, I want to say, jazz and pop. I never called anyone else to sing on the track. I knew it was all about her vibe. But dare I say, I've got a second track with her that's coming out on the second album, which I've just been recording strings for yesterday. In fact, I've got my double bass ready to go. You can see my double bass ready to go in the studio, and that's going to be enhancing one of her tracks, another one, and I think this one is better than Give Me Time. But but a vocalist role for me is being a jazz musician and being like in a free scene as well. Also, I want to always go back to Sunrise, because Sunrise has got, like 20 odd instruments in the orchestra, and each one of them has their role, and it could be each one of them has their role, and they know their role, and I know that Judy knows her role in songwriting as well. But also it's just complementing. Yeah, I mean, look, it took about 9 hours to get to where we got to, and I thought we had done. I thought we got halfway in the track, and it was like 11 p.m. and it was just like, do we keep going? And are you tired, Judy? And she was like, no, man, let's finish it. So ended up finishing at 2-3 in the morning, and sounded amazing. But we were like, eyes were red up and everything. But I was happy that we finished it. We got to that point because the song could have taken a different turn the next day, with fresher eyes or something. So.
Was it a challenging song to compose, to create?
It's one of my difficult ones. Yeah, for sure. It was collaborating with someone so maverick like her. It's it's letting go of, I don't think I've got ego, but letting go of your idea and establishing her idea, and okay, maybe it's just things like that. It's collaboration. It was a beautiful collaboration, and we've done another one, and hopefully there'll be more.
You have a classical music background and also a jazz background. What did one discipline bring, and what did you rely on the other one for?
That's a great question, man. Great question. Yeah. I think classical, sitting in the orchestra for so many years, the frequencies just hitting at me every single session was amazing, and I think that is what I wanted to bring in this song. No, I don't have an orchestra, but yes, I do have. If you notice, there's no bass guitar in there. I'm a bassist. Right? There's no bass guitar. There's a bit of sub in there, but I wanted it to feel like it's an orchestra. It's an orchestra. And Judy was, the playing the concerto, as a vocalist, and that's what I want to bring in most of my songs, especially in that one. The jazz element is just me being as free as possible and trying to get away with as much as possible, what chord and what harmony. I mean, I changed like the bass, the root notes quite a lot actually during this process. And did it work? I'm not sure. Did it work? I knew the harmony was there, but I didn't think the bass kind of movement worked. And that was. I want to say, yeah, that really had to dig in a bit deeper for my jazz element.
Are you channeling a different place when you're doing a production, as opposed to writing a song, as opposed to playing? Or are you pulling from the same place? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Ben Marc is I'm going to go back to saying Ben Marc, because Ben Marc for me is not a name, it's a genre for me. Ben is a nickname. Do you know what I mean? It's like Ben is a nickname from my jazz world, where all the jazzers will call me, because my teacher was called Ben, and I would always want to be Ben. I always wanted to be like, what would Ben do? What in this? I know. So my band members will call me Ben. And in Birmingham, I grew up in Birmingham as well. So my Birmingham crew will, like in my hip hop and all that kind of crew, they'll call me Mac or Marck. So it's so for me, the genre of putting those two lives and worlds together was just so. In terms of production, I can pick up a hip hop, listen to KRS-One and then go over to Bach and then try and put some that stuff in there. So it's all. That's why Ben Marc for me is a genre as opposed to a person, because it's just mixing everything in one.
There's a lot of attention in London about the jazz scene. It's bubbling, it's mad right now. How would you describe it?
I think it's amazing. I think it's really good to see that a generation have got their business hat on, as well as practicing their instrument, as well as writing songs, as well as understanding PR, and plus they've got the advantage of having a computer and being able to write beats, and then suddenly everyone is churning out, dare I say, from lockdown, everyone is on their computer writing beats, man, because that's all that we could have done, So it's just amazing that it's getting recognized, I think, for sure. I can go deeper. I mean, I know quite a lot of those guys, and I'm so happy that they've come from a struggle, or some of them haven't, but they've all come as one. It's not just, whereas before there was I want to say elitist thing, but there was everyone had their own different scenes, and now it's like every scene is just merged into one, which is.
It looks like it's very communal, and it looks like it's very united.
Yeah, it's definitely communal and very united, and that's what I think they wanted to bring. I think 10, 20 years before their peers. I think I was talking to Giles about it. He might have been got onto the radio, but I think people fall out. People feel like they should have made more money than this person or whatever, and things happen. But this community now that you say are blowing up, they seem a bit different.